and getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. The view from the skies above downtown San Antonio. We're pleased to welcome you to Texas tonight. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Glad you're here with us tonight for this Monday night presentation. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers going up against the San Antonio Spurs here at AT&T Center. Hey, Dave.
Well, it took 5 long months.
And DA, that's the standard for the Lakers organization. Thanks for that report. And here's a look at some numbers for Aldridge.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different scorer than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. Clarkson is out there with Rajon Rondo, and it's Stevenson in at the 3 spot. And for San Antonio, it's Aldridge at the power forward with Pirtle at center. Murray out there with Bellinelli, and it's Carroll in at the small forward position. Hey, Smitty, when a team underperforms early in the season, fans tend to go crazy. I mean, they just can't figure out why this is happening. But what are the players saying to each other on the bench, when they're traveling, in the locker room?
You know, I think when you're having great communication, Kevin, when guys amongst each other, you're trying to get through it, you're working through it. Whether you get through it or not is fine. I think there's a sign that things are going wrong. Kevin, you hear about these player-only meetings. When you start having 2 or 3 of those, that's when the ship is starting to go south.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Shot clock at 6. Ball's knocked loose. From deep 3-point range, it's rebounded by Rondo. Here's Los Angeles now. Davis finds Clarkson. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Inside. Here's Kuzma. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And gotta feel helpless at times if you're the defense. Kuzma just fantastic at converting despite their best effort.
Passes it to Carroll. Here's Aldridge. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And now the fast break. Rondo with the ball. And Kuzma slams it in.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Bellinelli passes to Murray. Back to Bellinelli. Pass to Aldridge. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
That's a bad dude right there. Aldridge taking the hit, shakes it off for the score.
Rondo. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge. Lakers shooting their first foul shots of the night here. And he makes the first. And he makes the first, but misses the second.
The Spurs with the league's longest active playoff streak, 22 years and running, not to mention 5 titles in that span. No wonder the Spurs are viewed as the league's model franchise.
Wow, look at how quick he flashes to the rim there for the finish.
Trying to get open is Davis. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Well, Steve, the Spurs are so well run. If they played in a top 5 market, they might be the most popular team in the NBA by now.
You know what, Kevin? They probably would, but this is the way this organization likes it. They like to be quiet and under the radar. They like to sustain success, and they like to build a great culture. At the same time, the small market is really a part of their culture.
Bellinelli with it. He's coming off a 13-point game against New York. Puts up a 3. Does not find the basket. His second miss. He's now 1 for 3. Out to Kuzma. Lets the 3 fly. And again, the Lakers no good. Spurs trailed by 5. And And it's Murray penetrating. And it's Murray with the jam.
From the moment when he sticks his foot in the ground and puts his head down, DeJounte Murray is explosive and fast.
The pass to Davis. Stevenson outside. Davis against Pirtle. And it's Davis missing.
Shut down. This is the way you play defense. This is how you protect the rim.
The game now all time. Bellinelli's got 5 now.
I mean, that's a nice find by Murray. He has the height to see the floor, and his awareness continues to grow.
Here's Davis, and Pirtle sends it back. Here's Carroll. 11 points for him in that last game against New York. Pass to Bellinelli. Pirtle against Rondo. Got a piece of it. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Pass to Clarkson. Kuzma with it. Bellinelli is covering. Looking to end the run. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
And Davis puts it in.
Good job of getting a high percentage look. Davis knows how to put himself in position to attack.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
You got to give him an A for effort. Just fell a little bit short in that one.
Yes, out on the road, it's hard to overcome missed opportunities, even when you're playing hard.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Lyles checked in for Jakob Pirtle. Gay comes in for DeMarre Carroll. Derek White's checked in for Marco Bellinelli. And Mills in for DeJounte Murray.
And this is what you sign up for when trying to defend Aldridge. The pump fake, just one of many tools in his arsenal.
And in a league that's obsessed with threes and layups, LaMarcus Aldridge defying the trend, really feasting on a steady diet of mid-range jumpers.
The shot's good from Kuzma. Kuzma's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And you have to tip your cap to Kuzma. He absorbs contact well and knows how to adjust his shot.
Pass to Lyles. Clarkson against White. Back to Lyles. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And there it is for him. The Lakers trail. Now Stevenson. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Grizzlies in Memphis. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. And that turnaround jumper of Aldridge's. Great, just impossible to defend.
Long arms, that high release point. When it's falling, well, we saw him give OKC 56. This man can take over.
That one falls.
Getting it done inside. Rudy Gay not just floating around the perimeter.
Right wing. Here's Rondo. Banked in off the glass.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And so it's Mills who will bring it up for San Antonio. Gay outside to the paint. And Aldridge the basket on the assist from Gay. That's now 8 points for LaMarcus Aldridge. Lakers have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. Fires it up. Again, Los Angeles.
In this period, they're feeding him, and he's feeling it.
The Spurs have gotten 8 of their 13 shots to find the bottom of the bucket. Now here's Mills. He's guarded close. Lyles with a wide open look. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Perfect vision. Mills getting quicker these days at spotting the open man.
Outside, Davis. And the pass to Clarkson. And here's Kuzma. San Antonio with the rebound. Aldridge has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And already they take out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And it's blocked. Davis drives in. Basket good. Davis has got his second bucket.
Most big men, they don't have a consistent floater, but AD has found a way to hone this shot.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. 9 seconds left to play here in the first. Pass to Wiles. Shoots over Kuzma. And he overshot that one, missing.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
And that concludes a back and forth. And it's been a pretty even game. Here after 1 quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yes, you know this, GA. Back in our day, and any day really, if you don't block out somebody, you will sit down.
So for the Lakers right now, up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. Smith is out there with Ricky Rubio, and it's Stevenson in at the 3.
What's crazy about AD as a shot blocker, he can block your shot at all 3 levels.
Kuzma finds Stevenson. Here's Davis. And Davis throws it down.
Explosive leaping ability allows him to play the 5, even though he's a little undersized.
San Antonio trailing here. Passes to Wiles. Outside, White. Hits the 3-point bomb. White's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
To stretch out the defense, you just need enough guys on the floor who can make that shot.
Kuzma kicks to Rubio. Davis against Wiles. And the shot goes down. Davis has got the game tied up here for Los Angeles.
You see the weight that AD's added to his frame over the years. Now invites contact.
Mills after 2 misses to start the game. He's on the board with that shot made.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Proving once again that when you attack with confidence, good things tend to happen.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Steve, Kobe Bryant said that growing up in Italy gave him a huge advantage learning the fundamentals and the tactics of the game. Do you think Europe's better at developing players than the United States?
You know, I don't think they're better. I do think their system at times for certain players, they get into a system of working on their game. And I wouldn't just say fundamentals from an early age. And a lot of those guys are being able to practice with pros at an early age. I think it comes down to individuals. And also I think a lot of these parents and kids, you have to understand it starts off with making a layup versus making a 3. So I don't think that Europe is doing it better. I just think a lot of times right now we're looking at some of those European players and they're coming over ready to play from day one versus some other players.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. Now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. That will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do in fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. Carroll, no one around him. And the first shot of the night for him, no good. Outside Korver, shoots over Carroll. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Korver's got his first 2 points. Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against the Grizzlies. And Murray, here we go. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points. At the line.
And making his return from the ACL tear, DeJounte Murray, long, athletic, and young. He still has a very bright future.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Anthony Davis. And JaVale McGee's subbed in for Kyle Kuzma.
And for a guy who makes his living from beyond the arc, that mid-range jumper must look like a layup to JR.
Count that one. And Murray winning second team all-defense in 2018. And Greg, at that time, he was only 21.
And that's been his strong suit. If he can hit perimeter shots consistently, he can be a star.
Let's use this break in the action to show you the teams that in the last 10 games have been the NBA's best fast break teams. The Lakers, #1.
I mean, tough to maintain this kind of pace over an entire season. But let me tell you, they are really running right now.
Bellinelli, he's checked in for Bryn Forbes.
You know how accurate JR is from three. That's how relatively inaccurate he can be from the line sometimes.
Gay inside. McGee's there. Gay misses.
I mean, all period, it's been a struggle for him scoring the ball.
Back to Cousins. Lakers passing it around. Pirtle with the steal. Smith against Bellinelli. Shoots from 12. Another one falls for San Antonio. So it's Rubio bringing it up for Los Angeles. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Yeah, they were able to maintain focus in a hostile environment, and that led to taking shots that made sense.
Rarely frazzled. They play with a pretty even temperature, in my opinion, throughout this entire game.
And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for the Spurs. Here's Murray. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Murray's got his second basket.
Given Murray's slight frame, you think physical defense would bother him more. It doesn't.
Rubio, the pass to Cousins. Back to Rubio. He kicks it to Smith. And here's Korver from the arc. Can't hit that one. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. Carroll against Smith. At the elbow, it's Aldridge. Just 5 on the clock. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. A fantastic string of games for him. Your Western Conference Player of the Week, LaMarcus Aldridge.
And the nature of big men in the league has evolved, and he's a perfect example of how valuable a guy like this can be on your team. He's had a tremendous stretch of basketball here lately.
The shot by Bellinelli, no good.
Still trying to find the range. He hit one in the first quarter, nothing since.
Smith kicks to Rubio. Pass to Korver. Now Cousins. Outside for Korver. Smith outside. Misses off the left iron. San Antonio's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. And Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Spurs. Lyle comes in for Jakob Poeltl. And it's White in for Murray. And it's the Lakers on the break. Here's Rubio. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line.
Oh, that's not a great foul. For Rubio's career, shoots well over 80% from the line.
Steve, we've seen a few guys score close to 70 points in a game recently. Devin Booker of Phoenix certainly has gotten to that mark. Who might be the next guy who gets to 70?
I think James Harden, because the way he shoots the 3-ball and gets to the free throw line, he's one. Steph Curry for sure. Kevin Durant. And I think Giannis in a few years, if he can start knocking down those threes, because I'm sure he can get about 40 points in the paint, 10 at the line, but he needs to knock down a few threes.
Bellinelli dishes to Mills. Aldridge. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound.
Yeah, and a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside jumpers.
Shutout in the first quarter. He's heating up now. I like the aggressiveness.
There's the pass to Aldridge. Bellinelli against Smith. And the rejection by Cousins. Aldridge can't get it to go.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
And Cousins gets it to go.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Now here's Mills, guarded by Korver. Pass to Bellinelli. And it's Lyles in the corner. Here's the teardrop, and he sinks the layup. Lyles got 5 points so far.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Here's McGee. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
He goes to the bounce pass there. Nice rhythm at the end of the play.
And here's Mills from the arc, and the three ball is good. Mills has got his second bucket tonight.
And this is where Mills kills you. Tremendous range.
Here's Cousins. Again, the Lakers.
Nice job. Those passes have to be right on the money around the painted area.
And so it's Los Angeles heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, good to see you back here on our halftime show. Kyle Kuzma had no problems getting going. He had 10 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. Without question, Kyle Kuzma displaying his skills today.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Why go away from something that's working? Force the defense to prove that they can stop it.
It's Aldridge at the power forward with Pirtle at center. DeJounte Murray is out there with Bellinelli, and it's Carroll in at the 3 spot. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. Lakers leading by 7. Korver finds Cousins. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Murray outside. Passes it to Bellinelli. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Smith. All alone, and Smith with the stuff.
Whether shooting a jump shot or heading to the rack, JR can be a tough matchup in transition.
And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Spurs. They trail by 9 points. Here's Carroll. McGee with the block. Rondo scanning the floor. J.R. Smith on the wing. Outside for Rondo. Jacks up a 3. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. And now it's a 12-point Laker lead.
One of the best passes at the center position. Just another way Cousins affects scoring.
Here's Aldridge. Second chance shot. It's over McGee. The 10-footer finds the target. And that's now 10 points for Aldridge.
That was the first make of the half. 1 for 4 now. Let's see if that gets them going.
Back to Smith. Here's Cousins. And the Lakers tack on 2 more.
As much as today's game is being played on the perimeter, it's good to see Cousins attacking inside.
Here's Murray. And he uses the glass on the layup. Murray's got his 3rd basket of the night.
So good at the rim. A slow defensive rotation leads to the easy lay.
Here's McGee. Nice D from Aldridge.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
You know, he's standing 6'11" with a 7'5" wingspan. LaMarcus Aldridge prefers playing power forward, but make no mistake, he has the size to hang with the big dogs at center.
And with his height and reach, not many that can block Aldridge's turnaround jumper.
His release on his jump shot is so high. The rainbow arc, it's a beautiful thing to watch.
Rudy Gay's checked in for the Spurs. Bryn Forbes comes in for Marco Bellinelli. Smitty, lately we're seeing more deep 3-pointers than ever before. Think you could step out to that 35-foot mark?
Hey, Kevin, I can step out there, but the question is, could I make them at a high percentage? And that's what's so beautiful now. You're seeing these guys step out first. Further and further, but their percentage is higher and higher than it would be from others in my area shooting 35-footers. This is fantastic, but I do not want to see a 4-point line.
Korver, good.
You can't allow that defensively. Kyle Korver is lights out on the catch and shoot.
Murray kicks to Carroll, pass to Forbes. Looking for McGee, he gets it there. Here's Rondo. Rebound San Antonio. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. A different look now for San Antonio. Trey Lyles checked in for Jakob Poeltl. And it's White in for DeJounte Murray. And then for Los Angeles, Kyle Kuzma's checked in for JaVale McGee. And it's Crowder in for Kyle Korver. Shots good by Gay.
This is the confidence Rudy has in himself. Looking to score as soon as he gets the rock.
It's stolen by Carroll. Here's White. That shot no good. So the Lakers will take it the other way. Looking ahead to their next game, playing at New Orleans, they'll match up against the Pelicans. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Kuzma's got his 5th rebound in this one. The kick out to Crowder. So the wing on the left. From deep. That's no good. He's 5 of 10 from the field. Spurs trail by 12. And it's Carroll in the corner. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Lyles against Crowder. Here's Kuzma, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Plays with such a fearlessness. Kuzma is terrific at staying engaged and forcing the issue.
And the Spurs making a change here. Mills is checked in. San Antonio's gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. The pass to Lyles. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Lakers leading by 14. Lakers passing it around. Rondo passes to Smith. Now here's Cousins. White covering. Pulls it up. And stolen by White. Pass to Mills. White looking around. Down low, and the dunk by Lyles.
He takes advantage of him in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
Well, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Lakers have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
You know, Rondo takes great pleasure at slicing and dicing up the defense. One of the best passers in the game.
Passes it to Lyles. Kicks it to White. Now here's Gay. Shoots over Kuzma. Gay can't hit. Cousins against Lyles. And then Cousins with the dunk.
It doesn't matter that Cousins plays with that much weight. The quick first step is a great equalizer.
Pass to Gay. Here's Lyles. And the rejection by Cousins. Now the pass to Kuzma. Off with the layup. And here's Gay. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. 15-point game. Good on the bucket. Mills has got 7.
One of the best standstill shooters in the league. Mills getting better at scoring off the dribble.
Here's White. 2 points. That one goes.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, then you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board.
Here's Kuzma. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
Beautiful touch close in. Kuzma excels at taking advantage down low.
Gay dishes to Mills. Makes it off the glass. Mills has got 4 points this quarter.
This is what the analytics prefer. Shots at the rim or from 3.
Back to Rondo. Kuzma, right side. Over Gay. And Kuzma gets it to go. On the assist by Rondo. 16 points for Kyle Kuzma. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Knocked loose. That one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Crowder. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Bryn Forbes. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Davis is checked in for Cousins. And Stevenson comes in for Crowder. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Smith. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. Spurs trail by 13. To the middle. And Davis sends it back. And here we go. Fast break. Kuzma's got it. That one goes. Count it. 18 points for him.
And that's the hustle you love seeing from Kuzma. When he moves like that, he is tough to guard.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. And we'll be back with you shortly. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Whatever the offense requires, that has to be your mindset. Always thinking team first.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. Up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. Clarkson is out there with Ricky Rubio. And it's Stevenson in at the 3, the small forward.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
Kuzma, left side. leaps for it, and the Lakers with another turnover here.
Yeah, just not on the same page. Unfortunate, wasted possession.
And the Spurs with some changes. Pirtle comes in for Trey Lyles, and it's DeJounte Murray in for Patty Mills. Here's Murray. Pirtle trying to get open, and too long on the shot. Lakers leading by 15. Here's Kuzma. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got 8 rebounds in this game. White, good. And Los Angeles guys shooting 61% from the field, showing some marvelous touch out there. Rubio finds Stevenson. Davis inside, defended by Pirtle.
Beasting on defense. First he closes out hard on the shooter, then he attacks the glass. Filthy.
Tamari Carroll's checked in for the Spurs. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. And it's Murray with the chance.
You see it right there. One of Murray's biggest advantage is his lift off the floor.
Kuzma, right side. Over Aldridge. And Kuzma with the basket on the assist from Rubio. Rubio's got his 4th assist in this one. Now here's Murray. He kicks it to Bellinelli. Drops in the tray.
Love Murray's scoring potential, but the development of his playmaking may be an even higher priority.
There's the feed to Davis. Pirtle with the steal. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Spurs. On Wednesday, the Minnesota Timberwolves will come into town. And then on Friday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And that one against the Pistons. That's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Murray, the pass to Aldridge. Shoots over Kuzma. No good off the back of the rim.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And he dunks it down.
Crossing up the defense, and that's what you expect from Rubio. Terrific vision.
Spurs trail by 14. Pass to Aldridge. Murray against Kuzma. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Kyle Kuzma. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. San Antonio calls timeout.
Yeah, just looking to tighten up their defense in the paint. They've got to be better.
It's a matter of want to. Helping out, contesting shots. You have to want to make the effort.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
During that break, Greg Popovich really had some strong advice for his team. He got on him. He said he's got to see more intensity. He said we put ourselves in this hole and we've got to work our way out of it. Show me you've got what it takes, guys.
All right, thank you, David. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
Strong drive by Ricky. What he lacks in athleticism, he can make it up with his toughness.
That one is no good. And here's Aldridge. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Down by 15. Offensive rebound. Here's Murray. Misses off the right iron.
He looked just a little out of rhythm. He's still trying to establish consistency from there.
And Kuzma slams it in.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
Especially considering it's on the road in front of a tough crowd. They've been able to block out the distractions. A season loss to injury for DeJounte Murray. He's eager to make up for the lost time, continuing his development.
DeJounte Murray. And the first one drops. And the potential, Smitty, for DeJounte Murray is evident.
He's already a tough defender. He has great size and length for the point guard position. Offense is where he has to grow.
And it's Rubio penetrating. No good. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. They're looking now at a sizable deficit.
And there's still time left, so they don't necessarily have to really rush the game. They need to avoid that.
Pass to Clarkson. Up top, Stevenson. Carroll covering. Stevenson can't hit.
A for effort, but when there's that much resistance at the rim, better find another option.
Steve, you know, there is some hostility we're finding between the media, some teams and players, boycotting of certain journalists. Coach Steve Kerr said it's a dangerous situation. What's your view?
You know, I think it is from the standpoint of from the players and organizations with the media, but I think also the media, somebody's going to have to police those guys as well. We got to have it where we're both on the same team. You might not agree, but you got to be on the same team.
I agree. Here's Davis. Connects in the foul line jumper.
He's given a great lift to this offense tonight. Very, very efficient.
Rubio against Murray. And the layup is good.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
And Rubio kicks to Kuzma. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got his 7th assist in the game.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
He's off on the first.
In 2006, when Aldridge was drafted, he went 2nd overall. Judging from the multiple All-Star appearances, that's justified.
The Lakers making a switch here. Rondo's checked in. In transition, here come the Spurs. Bellinelli's got the ball. Murray against Rondo. Pass to Pirtle. Again with the block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle.
High above the rim. Not many guys have that kind of length and vertical. AD, one of the few.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're down by 16. 1:58 left in the 4th quarter. A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Kyle Kuzma.
And he's provided them with a major mismatch on that low block tonight. That they've been able to lean on his scoring in the paint. And if nothing else has worked, he's given them a reliable option on every possession.
I don't think anyone in this building saw this coming. I'm sure that of the players who these fans thought would beat them, his name was not at the top of the list.
That's a play that LaMarcus is more than capable of making. Confident on the offensive end. Knows how to get to the line.
The first one falls, and he's a great scorer. But Anthony Davis's defensive impact, Smitty, perhaps even greater. Do you think he has a chance to ever win Defensive Player of the Year?
Without a question, Kevin. On a team with more weapons, he can focus on the defensive end more. We saw that with Kevin Garnett, who won his Defensive Player of the Year award his first season in Boston.
DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Jay Crowder. Spurs trail by 14. Feeds it to Murray. And it's Murray with the jam.
This is the potential DeJounte Murray has. When he's feeling it, he can shoulder the offense.
The pass to Cousins. Over Pirtle. And Cousins gets it to go. And the Lakers lead by 14. That one just took the air right out of the crowd.
There is no noise in the stands right now.
Out left to the wing. Here's Aldridge. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. 15 points for Aldridge.
As a coach, this is how you like your plays to end. Aldridge with a high percentage look.
So Nice passing here by Los Angeles.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Lakers.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Great timing, anticipation. They got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum of this game.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Kyle Kuzma.
I thought he did a good job of filling out the defense early on. Then once he found his groove, he stayed aggressive throughout.
Here's Cousins. And Pirtle pulls it down. Maybe at this point, not much of a chance for a comeback.
Yeah, you got a better chance of walking through a lion's den with pork chop underwear on.
The shot by Bellinelli. No good.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well, all right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge.
The shirts, the pass, the name was Reverend Johnson. Okay.